With the Ellis team at RE/MAX, it's a family affair. Always call the Ellis team, they'll handle you with care.
Hello and welcome to the Future of Real Estate. I'm Brett Ellis of the Ellis team at RE/MAX Realty Group. You can always reach us at 239-489-4042, or don't forget our website, which is topagent.com. It's time for our June 2013 Southwest Florida real estate market update. Want to give you an idea of what's going on in the market. We've got some exciting changes, some fresh numbers have just been released. We do a computer analysis where we value homes online for people who just want to get a ballpark estimate. By the way, that website is swflhomevalues.com, swflhomevalues.com, and we can evaluate your home price here in Southwest Florida. Now, if you want a more accurate price, we can come out and see your home because a computer's never been inside your home, doesn't understand what features you've put in, nor what some of your neighbors have done. But anyway, my point is that with our market changing so fast, the computers are having a hard time keeping up with it. So we want to dig right in and share with you some of the exciting changes that are happening in our real estate market. Okay, what I'd like to do is kind of give you an overview on the Southwest Florida real estate market, and then we'll dig deeper, a little bit deeper, and share with you kind of what's going on segment by segment to give you a really good understanding of what's going on. If you take a look here, this is our average sales price here for April 2013. We reached a level we haven't seen before in a long time at $292,201. If you compare that to the median, that was $182,000, but we had a significant rise from March. Now, if you look last year, we had a rise and we peaked out about May and we started sliding down. So it's going to be interesting to see this year if we have that general rise and then what happens with the May and the June data, but we won't have that data for a couple more months. Now, here's another graph I want to share with you. Look at inventory here. Last year in January, it kind of peaked and then it started falling. So when you got down to April, we were here. Back in May, we were at 55.85. And we precipitously fell until about August. It started climbing again. But the same thing is happening this year, and I think that's causing prices to go up as well. We have a shortage of certain priced homes in certain segments of the market, and we actually have bidding wars. In some of the markets, we don't have that, but we still have slim inventory. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper now and share with you what's hot and what's not so hot in the Southwest Florida real estate market. So this is an overview page. As you can see, our closed sales were up over last year. Our listings were down about 3.5% over last year, and our pending sales are up 11.7%. So that bodes well for data going into May, and then we'll just have to wait and see what June looks like. So I want to scroll down and share with you a couple things. We'll put this in graph format. As you can see, the closed sales started picking up in May, in March and April, and that's a typical result from what happens in season. Our cash sales right now are down about 7.7%, but sales in general are down because we just don't have the inventory, so that's not surprising. Now, as a percentage of closed sales, they're down about 8.9%. We are at 55.5%. And a lot of that is because the investors come in and scoop up the lower price homes, but the lower price homes aren't there. By lower priced, I mean we used to have years ago some $50,000 to $100,000 properties. Those are just hard to find right now, so we don't see too much of that. If we look at the pending sales, even though listing inventory is down, pending sales are up. So that's telling me or telling us that properties are selling almost regardless what it is. So that's an encouraging sign, but at this rate we could run out of inventory. So here's the new listings that came on the market in April. That's down 3.5% over last year, and it's down from 1,600 in March. So let's go into a little more detail here. Our price was up 29.8%, our median price over last year. Look at this graph. You kind of see that prices have indeed been going up. And then if we look at the average sale price, the graph looks similar. It's just the average is up to $292,000. Now, some of the $1 million plus homes can affect the average, but it doesn't matter how you look at it. The median and the average is up. The average up 23.1, the median up 29.8. So I think everyone would agree that we have definitely a rising market here. So let's look at the days on the market. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to this because it's been hovering in the 50s. Not a lot to shout about there. Average list price, 93.7%. Not a lot to shout about there because that's been holding steady. The inventory, the active listings. Remember when I showed you this graph here, the 5476, it was declining? This is what we're looking at here, the 5476, down 5.1% over last year. And we said inventory was light last year. So look at our inventory numbers back in 2009 and look at where they are today. When we say that there's almost no inventory, it's almost gone, it's really almost gone. It's really down there. So we look at month supply of inventory. Right now we're sitting at 5.7 months. So we really are in seller's market territory. And I believe the real supply of month supply of inventory is a lot less because some of the lingering listings out there are short sales that aren't going to sell anytime soon, if ever. A lot of these short sales take a long time to sell. Let's scroll down and look at closed sales by price. This is really interesting to look into. If you look at the $1 million plus homes, those sales are down 2.9%. Everything else is pretty much up strongly across the board. The 6 to 999 is up 100%. You know, the 250 to 300 is up 38%. 300 to 400 up 38%. 400 to 600 up 50%. What's down here is that less than 50 and 50 to 100, and the reason that's down is just because there isn't anything to sell, or very few things to sell in those price ranges. So that's why it's down. They're graduating to the next price range, which is bumping up the activity in the next price range. But these aren't graduating. So I think this is a function of our slower economy, and that's why that's where it is right there. So if you look at median days on the market, obviously if you have something less than 100, it's going to be, 40 days or less. I don't see a lot of concern until you start getting up into that 6 to a million. Then you start being 4 month supply, 1 million or more. You're definitely over 4 months, and then those things expire and then they relist or do whatever. So if you're in the million plus, you're not in the most ideal category here in Southwest Florida. But we do have companies like Hertz and whatnot relocating here, so that may change. It may be more of a trickle-up effect, but we just got to wait for our economy to get a little bit better. So let's look at new listings coming on the market. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Inventory by current price range. You can see the $1 million more. It picked up 14% inventory. We picked up 23% inventory. We're losing inventory in that 200 to 250, and that 150 to 200, and that 100 to 150. So if you've got a home that really is 400,000 or less, and certainly 250 or less, there's a lot of buyers for very few listings. It's a good time to sell your home because, as we talked about, these prices back here, they tend to peak out and then they start to filter back. We've got low inventory right now and prices that may peak out here the next month, and interest rates that may rise, which may eat into buyers' purchasing power. I would think now is probably your ideal time to put the home on the market. If you need help with that, definitely give us a call, 239-489-4042. We'll put our websites up here a little bit as well. If we look at the traditional sales, we had 921 this year versus 764 last year. They're up 20%. Our foreclosed sales are down 28%, and our short sales are down 44%. So what that's telling me is the market is recovering, and we are starting to see more traditional sales, and our median sales price is up 28% in the traditional category. And even our median sales price is up on the foreclosure and short sale because they're going up in price too because there's less of them. They're not weighing down the market anymore like they were back in 2009. So as you can see, our real estate market is definitely on the move. We hope today's show was informative. If you would like more information or would simply like to talk to us, you can always call us 239-489-4042. We're non-pressure. We're easy to talk to. We love to help people. Most of all, we present you with your options. So feel free to give us a call. Or you can always email Sandy Ellis, my mother, or myself. I'm at Brett@topagent.com, and Sandy, which is Sandy@topagent.com. Or you can search the MLS like a realtor. Just go to topagent.com. And again, if you want a value of your home down here in Southwest Florida and you're considering selling, don't forget about swflhomevalues.com. Well, like I said, I hope today's show was informative, and we're here to help in any way we can. And thanks for tuning in to the Future of Real Estate.
With the Ellis team at RE/MAX, it's a family affair. Always call the Ellis team, they'll